Hello and welcome to the channel where we are building a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. We've only got 3 bugs to fix until the demo is ready, and I say that half for clickbait. But we really do. We have 2 reported issues on GitHub. One is a animated tile non-reset upon chasm death, which is a mouthful, but if we switch over here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we have these animatable tiles that are rendering all the animations on a certain layer above the current tile. So if we end up dying where there's animatables, watch this. So look at where this purple animatable is. And if we die and start the game, this was a good find from Brett, because if we die in a chasm on an animatable screen and we hit continue, actually I wasn't able to replicate it. Let's try it again. I think here, let me see, because when Brett left the issue, he left what he did. So let me just pull up the issue real quick. He said infected water tile following on-screen death. So he says, if I die in a hole on the first screen above the castle, after having meditated at the shrine, the infected water. Wow, so it's only after meditating at the shrine does. Here, let's try it. So we're gonna meditate, come back, and we're gonna see if Brett is right here. Oh. Okay. All right. After having meditated at the shrine, we might need to. Let's try it. So see where that purple water is. Wow, yeah, and then it's not here. Let me check something real quick. Let me see something here. Oh no, man. I hate when I do this. Oh crap. If I accidentally do that, it leaves like a nasty message, doesn't it? Okay, maybe not. Let's see. I don't have my git aliases saved over. Okay, we're going to commit. This is just the add new inscription for tome 1 solution. Okay. Okay, before we change anything, I just want to make sure we were up to date on Git, which we shouldn't have been behind. So that was my bad. Let's try, he said after meditating at an idol. Let's try to do it one more time here. So we meditated at idle, because I actually was able to replicate this bug on the screen above the castle. Yeah, he said here, because this is where the purple was, the corrupted water. So let's see if we can get it to load incorrectly. I don't see it here. What's really weird, I was able to get it working on my laptop. I was able to get the bug. So maybe we just anyway reset the animatables. I know this has been an issue. I just can't get it to replicate right now. Let's see if there's any more notes on GitHub. Brett says, if I die in the hole above the starting screen after having meditated, infected water will appear on the screen when I respawn. Going on screen fixes it. It does not hinder me, but it is not interactable. Okay. I've seen this happen. I've seen it happen. Let's try another scene with an animatable. So, and let's try to load from a saved game here. Well, I guess it'll load here. Okay. So let's try another animatable. So there's technically... There's a lot of animatables here. So why don't we do this? I really can't get it. Is it a different architecture thing? Maybe it's fixed only on, or maybe it's only broken on my Mac. Because what's weird is my laptop Mac makes these weird crackly sounds for all audio, but my desktop Mac doesn't have any of those issues. So it might be only busted on the desktop Mac. Either way, I think I still want to fix it, even though we can't test if we've accurately fixed it, which kind of sucks. But we do have an animation reset or animatable reset of some sort, and all it is we take the animatables of our current state and then we rerun and insert animation for the current screen. So how it works is there's animatable tiles that update over time, and we're basically saying, hey, let's just put any animatables into the current scene right here. After, and you know what, we flush the table. See, because I was thinking we needed to do this. Yeah, I was thinking we needed something like this. Yeah, where we have to assign our current animatables. Yeah, instead of just flush this, because this is well, yeah. Let's see any other time we do this animatable reset, because I know we do this one other time. Re-init animatables. So this is it as far as I'm concerned. It is just putting an insert anim instantiation inside the global state machine's current animatables table, and that will effectively give us the correct animatables for the scene that we are currently in the global scene. That's scene view. So that scene view.map_row map call should be it. But we do this. Let me see, because we do reinit this anytime we load. Yeah, anytime we load player data, we reinit the animatables. So as far as I'm concerned, that fix is right here. Like, this is where we would put it. You know, it's either we put it in the load player data method or keep it here. So I won't mark it complete on GitHub because we didn't change anything. But I don't think I'll fix anything until I can replicate it on the laptop. So there's two other bugs. And I can't remember. One's in GitHub. Let me see the other one. Oh, and you know what? Hold on. Let me just check. Let me see if I get committed something. No, just prevent spellcasting. Okay. Link reset, new inscription, prevent spellcasting. Okay. We didn't have a dedicated commit for it yet. Okay, Brett says we crashed at main.lua 125 because we indexed nil value, and I think I know where that is. It should be the soundtrack. At some point, Brett was spamming M for mute. We're gonna take this out. This, I don't think we're gonna give the players the option to mute with the M keyboard press like I have in the current build. So we'll probably take it out. We need to remember to come back, because I mean I keep it on for developing, but I think we'll turn it off very soon. Okay, so what else do we need? Those were the two bugs. One we couldn't fix, and one that is we just need to comment out. I think we have another cheater toggle. Yeah, right here. See, just like this one. For right now, I will just comment this out so we can at least commit it. Toggle soundtrack mute. Yeah. So we crashed when Brett was spamming stuff there, so that should fix that. Now what else? The only thing left I know of. Well, let me think. Let me double check the Discord real quick. Okay. There is one that I wasn't able to reproduce, and Cavictus says he equips the loot and then de-equipped it, and he ended up having 2 loot in his inventory, and he did that in the red roof house in the inn. Okay, we fixed the other thing for him. Let's see if we can get a double loot. I know we used to have this problem big time in the past, but I thought we caught it. But let's see. So he had the loot, and we don't know other details. We don't know if he saved or if it's from a new save file or what. But let's just go to the loot and go to the bed and do what he did, where he says I de-equipped it and then had 2 loots. Oh, I noticed one mistake here. Oh shoot! I just quit the game on accident. Okay, I noticed a font change that wasn't needed or wasn't accurate. Okay, let's see. It's my fault because on NeoVim I put caps lock as escape and that kills the game. Do people normally keep escape as quit game, or it just normally pops up like a secondary menu that says quit? That's probably more close to normal, right? Okay, well, okay, the wrong font is here in the... See, like, look at the question marks down there? Yeah, that's way wrong. Okay. I can't recreate it from Cavictus, so that's kind of a bummer. But we fixed that. We need... It wasn't in the play state, was it? It's wherever we render the question mark. Dude, not what I wanted. You can't grep search for a question mark? Question mark must mean something in this. Question mark is like a format specifier or something. What the heck? I literally want to find the question marks. It's in the minimap render. There we go. Toggle minimap. Is there not a question mark here? Wow. Yep. Where's the minimap? That's not it, man. We have a state machine of a minimap. Okay, so it's a state machine. Yeah, we've got to go minimap state machine. Here we go. Okay, so there's a default value right here. So right here, why was this so hard? It's pixel font right here. So we set color, set font, and that should fix it when we're in the in. Let's try even in here. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Too small a font. So it might be the other one, classic font. What sucks is I was able to recreate that bug on laptop, but now that I went to the spot where I'd fix it, the code's already there to be fixed. There we go. Okay, we don't render our vibrancy in our in our inventory. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, huh? We should probably just render the element there too. There's like a little color change there in the flum element as well. Just a little bit, like a transparency issue. Let's see. Let's put... Okay, if we got that question mark working, we have to go do the vibrancy render while in the inventory. So we have a vibrancy render, and it takes a whole bar of our global player's flum of vibrancy, and we'll put it in the minimap state machine. This is why I kind of want to just break this out into different modules, but yeah, we might have to just break it down into different modules for all the other elements we can use. Okay, so we render minimap, we do the thing. If we're in the overworld, wait, what is that? If we're in the overworld, this is just a blink. Okay, so it would want to be out of this. Yeah. Out of this, we want to see if we're equipped and render Flamma if Flamma's equipped. Let's see. I didn't see it. Yeah, it should be the vibrancy. Crap. Set color. Flamma. Add vibrancy. This is in... Oh, it's not in the minimap, it's in the inventory. That's where we need to put it. Let's try it there in the inventory. Okay, we've got Flamma. See, something's changing in the render. There's like 2 pixels that... Flip. We're like double rendering something. It's when well, we do, yeah, we render a Flamma 2. If Flamma unlocked, I'm gonna take off the draw Flamma 2 because we have a Flamma 2 here. Flamma equipped, Flamma 2. Okay, so this is the double render issue here. If element equipped Flamma, render Flamma 2. Yeah, we were supposed to do it here. Okay, set white, Flamma 2. Okay, there we go. Let's try that and take this out. Right. Guess we already did take it out. No, this one right here. It's still doing something. It's still doing something in the item inventory. It gets a little bit brighter. The element does. See in this Flamma, this is the Flamma in the inventory, like the one to select, to equip. But then this is the one that is actually equipped. We do draw Flamma. That's not right. Okay, so we're drawing Flamma 2. Let's just take out drawing this Flamma 2 and just see if it's empty like it should be or if there's a mistake. Okay, it is. Okay, so there's something that's going wrong. So as soon as we turn that on, it doesn't match how we render the other Flamma. Just by a little bit. Like, I've never noticed it till today, but it is different. So maybe we just see when we render Flamma 2 and see if we can piece anything together. Okay, well, we do have a Flamma 2 drawn in the play state. That's the one we see. A Drama 1 Flamma 2 in the inventory as well. And that's just when we import it, and this is just in the refinery. Let's see in the refinery if it's... Well, oh, it's literally the same. Let me try refinery state, Flamma equipped. Okay, so this is in the inventory. We're gonna do that. Let's just see. I don't know what that is. It looks like a half transparency issue. I still see it. Could it have to do with the color set? When we render, we're setting it to white, yeah? Not quite. Oh, yeah, not quite. Oh, we set it to white here before we render Flamma. So I want to say that rendering this stuff at a transparency is what's thrown it off. We have a different transparency for our play state as we do our inventory. No, I mean, the thing is we're rendering it. Yeah, we're rendering the circle at pure white. Because if we, yeah, this is just pure white, 255 all around. Yeah. So the only thing I can think of is in the play state when we render Flamma 2. We still set it with white here. So there's nothing we do different. I'll see if that's an issue on the Mac. Okay, so we moved some inventory render around, and we put the vibrancy bar inside of our inventory system. And then we fixed the minimap font. So this is just gonna be commit and call it, this is just added element vibrancy to inventory state. Cool. Okay. So we fixed a couple things. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else? Somehow changing between the potion and the 2 loots fixed itself. Okay. I believe that happened. I just don't know when he was able to duplicate the loot. Otherwise... Yep, that's the only one I know of. That's the only one. Okay, so other than that, the only thing left I have that I know is... I just want to make 1 extra tile for overlapping trees so that we can have trees kind of stacked on top of each other. But, well, and you know what? Let's see if we can, now that I've got Steam installed, I can see if I can get a sprite, and we can try to do that now. Because that's the last thing other than testing the GitHub issue that Brett reported. So let's see here. Just gotta download it real quick. And it's like the window capture just sucks here on Mac, but once I launch Sprite, I'll make a window capture in OBS here for you guys to follow along. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Dude, the canvas size is just unreal. Okay, whatever. Let's open up our master sheet, which is where we put all of the graphics. Okay, here we go. Okay, so these trees here, yeah, okay. So this is what I want to do. These trees. Let's experiment with doing a layered version of this. Because the only thing that's kind of bugging me with the art is that these trees are just too square. So what sucks is this really sucks. Because we don't have any collidable tile IDs left. Oh, yeah, we do for the house. I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah, it should be for the house. Let's try to do it here on this line. I feel like these... Let's try it here. So basically what I mean is, let's just see if this is collidable or not. So what I'm gonna do, I'm pretty sure since it's on this row, this should be collidable. But then again, this is here, and we can walk through that. So how did I add here? We need a pull open tiled, which I don't even think I have installed. Let me just download it real quick. Okay, I'm installing tiled, and we'll get it live here. Add a new capture. Okay, here we go. Let me add a new capture. Don't see tiled on here. Is that right? I really don't see it here in OBS. Sorry, guys. Let me just try it. So basically, here, I'll show you what I'm thinking. So right now we have these trees that are 2x2 tiles, and right now they're kind of just pasted in like right angles. You know, where it's like 4 like this, and it's just so square, and I don't like how blocky it looks. So the idea is that we could add a tree, and it could be overlapping like this. So like if this is overlapping here, let's try this, because like we want this part of the tree should be over the top, right? So like we have to place this overlapping like so, and then overlap these on top of this. Because then if we had something like this, we could also, just as like a proof of concept, have the trees overlap like this, and then like this. See what I'm kind of saying? Shit looks such a mess. You know, like just looking at them, because like we would have to darken these even further. You know, darken these spots. Oh, even that darker green kind of looks cool when they overlap. But I don't want darker for the whole thing there. The idea is, and if we look at like the we look at the game here. The forest is. See, look at this. See how they're just like in a straight line like this, or a square like this. Yo, Rough Cookie, thank you for the raid, homie. Yo, welcome in everyone. Yo, thanks for the raid. Hope your raid went well. Banivator. Kind of a cool name. Yo, welcome in. Yo, how did the end of the stream go? I'm wanting to add one last thing to the art, and it's like I just don't like how square these trees are. So I want to kind of be able to offset them a bit with this. Not this, but this is like a proof of concept. I'm trying to like overlap the trees like that. Oh man. It's the way the rough cookie crumbles, I think. I just wanted to try to layer the trees so that we could kind of layer them like this, because even if this was the spot right off the right side of the dark forest, for example, that we could have, you know, like imagine this being the right side. So like looking at this, you know, this as the right side of the wall instead of the square trees, and make it look a little thicker of a forest in there. That's kind of what I'm thinking. This doesn't look too readable. This should be shaded in, this stuff right here, so we can kind of see some more shape. But this is what I'm trying to get the proof of concept. Oh god, it looks so bad. Because we lose the shape here. You know, if we just try to draw out like what shape is kind of beneath it. And fill that in. You know, that's looking a bit better, and then filling in this. Just any kind of spots the trees like. Yeah, that's looking better. God, the shapes of the highlights though are looking not so natural. Yeah, I want to do something like this. But when I'm trying to think of like when we draw it, because see how it doesn't match up perfectly? It doesn't match up perfectly with this square. Because I was thinking that maybe we just draw it in the bottom right of this. Yeah, maybe we try a version where we try to keep it only limited to this square, so that the top, yeah, so that these corners. Okay, let me try something else. Let me try this again. Yeah, Rough Cookie, that game you play is just like the show I watch on Netflix. In the sense that it's a bit dramatic and there's like seemingly emperors. It's called Bon Appetit, Your Majesty, or something like that. Okay. So I'm kind of thinking, let's just try to do it one tile at a time. Because if this one were the top left of here, then we just shade in this. And then when we go to draw it, we don't have to... we can use, 75% of the old tree tile, but then we just put the overlapping tree in whatever spot we need it. And it kind of feels like we should, part of me, because I want to shade onto this tree to make it look like this tree is in front of it. But we might have to just do that. Let's see. Yeah, it's not bad. Just too thick of a shade. Okay. Because then... You know what? No, it is a little trickier because of the overlapping we need. Ugh, I don't like this. It just... It's because the tree wasn't designed with this overlapping in mind. So it makes it ugly when we layer it like this, because ideally this, like this, would be brown. Okay, so if there's that. This shade looks way too heavy to me, so I'm just gonna shave off some. Okay. Let's try. And then I guess we just have to change the color palette when we make this for the dark forest, because we might only be putting this in the dark forest. I don't know yet. Okay, so basically I want to just see, you know, be able to paste the background, like all of this transparent stuff behind here. It'd be nice if it just lays on top of whatever tree was over here, right? So we line this up, and I'm gonna do the whole shebang again, just so we can see if it's distinguished enough once they're all stacked. Because if this is, because see, look, this background of the tree in this corner is like what we're looking for to bring the illusion together that it's overlapping. Because then, yeah, okay, here. Have you guys seen Frankenstein yet? That was a good movie. Okay, so this part is a little different, but we're gonna shimmy this down so that we can put the bottom half of the tree right here. And then shimmy this back up. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah. Well. I do like that it is more readable than I was worried about. So that's good, but I feel like we can do a little better. See, we don't want to change anything on that bottom right because we want to use the old tree. And then this should be a darker. It should be a... See, we don't want to do that. We don't want to draw... Yeah, we don't want to draw anything on the top corners because we want it to be the same here. So if that... Yeah, we either make... And actually, this one should be transparent. Let me think, because this is the bottom right of the top right. So the bottom right of the top right, it looks like... Oops. Yeah. Yeah. So see those, yeah, the transparent bits right there tell me that the transparency should be there. If we're using top right of the tree as okay, so so it looks like we just have four new sprites for the overlay. So this is looking good, because if we darken this, I kind of want to put another, yeah. Okay, I like this. It's just that yeah, because when you look at how many sprites we're changing, we're trying to just modify these four sprites, which I drew wrong here. There. Yeah. So this is all we're trying to add, and then we're trying to keep the original. Okay. And then this, once we have these four, then these four also become the sides for the wall here, so that we can stack them this way. Okay. So I'm hoping this will work. We'll need a normal one and a dark forest one, and then we'll have to figure out how we're doing the collidable map detection, because I don't think this is going to default to collidable, even though it's with these houses. So we'll see, and we'll have to check in tiled if different layers are rendered as different things. For now, I'm going to just try to save just the four that we need, and then make both color variants. Boom. So those are the four that we were missing. And let's make the color variant for the dark forest. So what we'll do is just duplicate this, and we'll just snag our colored forest. Ideally, I would like to render these differently as a shader rather than individual, right? Because it's like we don't have to have two different color palettes. We should just be able to do shaders and get a little more bang out of our stuff. So let's just manually do it for now. And there's a secret, what is it called? I think it's just Shift R. We say Shift R, and we're gonna go from color, and we're gonna say from this bark color to the new bark color, and do it like that. And then we say from the old green color to the new green color, and then the new specular to the new specular. Actually did this backwards. There we go. Okay, so there's our two variants. Cool. So let's export this master sheet. Export as master sheet. Yo, I just realized we went from a soup stream to a cookie stream to a focus stream. That's awesome. Okay, so we saved this as master sheet. Let's pull open tiled. You guys see that? Why does tiled not work? Let's try to do... No, we can't do it. I know we can't do it. It won't let me pick tiled. I don't see it. Okay, well I'll just try to draw it up in tiled real quick. Sorry you guys can't see it, but okay, we're opening the TMX file. It's called, what, master tile? Master tile TMX, cool. Here, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna say, let's take off this. And we're gonna try to add... let's see if it works. I think it'll just crash everything. Just gonna try to add a screen cap real quick. Okay. There we go. It's gonna crash though. Audio's gonna crash soon. 'Cause that's what happens on Mac OBS. Oh look. Yeah, we're already hiccuping. Shit, man. Okay, let's try it. Okay, here we go, tiled. Okay, hopefully the audio doesn't crap out. It's gonna take like 5 minutes and the audio is gonna crap out because that's how it does it. Okay, so we just need to, we just want to, first, I want to see the ins and see what the layers are on the ins. So here, top level. If we just solo that, we've got a top level tile, all this. Then we have a above ground, which is everything but the door from our collidable map objects. And then we have a door on the bottom that is probably a collidable. It is collidable, or it is not collidable, so you can walk through it. Okay, and then we want to do the same thing, but with, oops, the tree. Oh my god, come on. Okay, so this. Yeah. So here, you know, I just want it to make thicker trees, right? So we're gonna just put more trees in the right layer. So we have to go, right, this is the above ground layer. We're just gonna put trees behind. Actually, that's looking pretty good. Oh, I messed up there. Looks pretty good, actually. I do like that. Oh, I messed that up. Okay, we just need the bottom two for that one. That's kind of jacked up. No, that's good. But yeah, that looks just better. Okay, so yeah, let's try to do, even though this isn't real, see what that looks like. We'll see what that looks like in game, and then we might come back and change it, but that's feeling much better. Because even though they're still in like square shape, the layering just makes it look thicker. Yeah, and then we'll try to do the side, because this comes in, this is the end, so let's put it right here. Yeah, just like that. Nice. Because even though, yeah, this is fine. Yeah. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, let's see how it looks. So all we have to do is export as, is the screen cap still working? That's good. Export as a global map, replace, and then, yeah, make sure our stuff is visible. And I'm gonna turn this off because I know that's gonna crap out, and then we'll restart the game and try. Let's see. It does look thicker. Oh, there's something that feels a little off about it. I think it's the shading, but yeah, it is the shading. I'm missing like a dark shadow right where they all overlap, because that should be darker. So let's try that. Yeah, let's try this again. Right here should be shady, right? Let me see. Tiled. When we look at this thing, it looks like yeah, it's just the center of it just needs to be darker. I think that's it. So we are drawing these using Tiled, and Tiled is using the master sheet. So we should just be able to save this one file and it'll adapt in our game. So we should be able to say, just give me a darker blue here and shade this corner. You know, just shade the shape of it a bit. You know, just like that. Just something kind of simple like that. Because even, well, let me see, maybe the top right, top corners. Probably not the top corners. Maybe one line of shade. Like maybe we do something like this. We'll see how that looks. Yeah, something slight like that. But then same with here. We do want this one also. We haven't used this one yet though, but just in case. Yeah, let's try that. So we will export as a master sheet. Oh, we need to save as master sheet. Yep. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Should be already there. The shadow makes a lot of difference. Yeah, the shadow makes a world of difference. Yeah, there's like... There's one spot. I don't like that it goes... Oh my god. I don't like that it goes so high here. Let me see. This line just goes too high. And that was really distracting. Let's try that. And then what if we were to put some normal trees also with the overlap there? Not all, right? Just to give it some variety in our tiled here. We can, you know, because at least you know, here they could be covered with the back. So let's see. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. No, it's kind of missing. It's missing like a hard outline on the top left of this tree. Yeah, missing missing the hard outline. Oh, we have it. What the heck? Yeah, we have the hard outline. So why is that not showing up? Because that's just what we're missing. Yeah, it doesn't have. The heck? It doesn't have this top left there. What the heck? Yeah, that's not right. There's even some bark on there that we're not seeing. What the heck? Are we like off by 1 pixel here? No. Right there. Oh. Tough. I don't know if I like the brown peeking through or not. Because even on here, yeah, see, we're missing this. What the heck? Okay. Oh, no, this is wrong. Hold on, we need the... Where's the other tree? Right here. Okay, okay, okay. So all we should have to do... This is wrong. All we should have to do is just give a little outline on the top right of the other one over here. Because we're missing it. Oh, God. Yeah. And... Okay. That's good. Let's see. Yeah, hope the new computer comes in because I really want to get these executables done. I want to start submitting to Steam here very soon. So, I mean, we still need some playtesting, right? We need some fresh eyes on it. So once the new computer comes in, I can finalize all the builds. And maybe we just hold off on Linux, so maybe I'll just do the builds here on Mac, and we can test on there until the new computer comes, and then maybe figure something else out. So here in tiled, yeah, I just want to I want to make sure that this is pulling from the right, top right tree. Yeah, same with all this. Yeah. Yeah. Let's take a look at how it flows in the real game. I like the layering. I like the layering more. It still feels like it's missing something. See, look, I like the layering. Yeah, I like the layering down there. It looks better. Let's check out the normie trees and see how those look. See, I thought we added a new layer there. We must have not have saved the global map. So let's resave the global map and just see. So... yeah, that... oh, yeah. Yeah, this should look different when we export the global map. Because all of those... let's see. Anywhere else we want the layered trees? Not really. I like them making a statement in the Forbidden Forest, so that's good. Yeah. Or Forgotten Forest. I don't know what I call it. That looks okay, so let's see. Export as a global map. And then we will just run it here. Okay, let's check the normie trees. Yeah, the brown behind there doesn't bother me because it looks like more trees, which it is. So we do miss out. We have some messed up grass on the top ones there. Okay, and then up here. Oh, that looks better. Nice. I'm liking this so much better. It looks so much more natural. Even though it's the same shapes, but it's not just a 4x4 rectangle or square. Okay, cool. Yep. This is it. Oh, we broke the tree right here. We have to have those single because that's wrong. Okay, so there's just a couple little mistakes, and it's like. Couple mistakes like right here. These need to be not the overlapped ones, so let's replace those with normal trees. Oops. Then the ground level layer just needs to be different. And the ground level layer can be just the normal grass here. Right here. Yeah. Right there. Yep. Okay. And then I also wanted oh, I don't see it. Okay, we must have fixed it then. Okay. That looks good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Let's do a export as a global map, and then let's try it. Okay. You know, I don't like how the geckos just kind of do that to you? Like you think Steam will care about that? Think Steam will be like, bro, you can't just do that. Like, just make him walk away. Just why does he gotta do that? I don't know. I mean, I don't know, because we'll see. Because apparently, I looked up more about the process of getting on Steam, and it's like, apparently apparently you signed like a NDA about it. So I haven't signed it, but I haven't read it yet. But apparently, you can't really talk about what the process is like. What the, bro? What was that? What was that? Bro, I'm sliding. Look at me. Dude. What? I can't even walk. I can't even walk. Oh, look, I can fight it. I can fight it. Oh, dude, what the heck's happening? It's like we're getting hit. What the heck? Dude. We must have had like a hit. What? Maybe. Yo, Salsa, what up, dude? Welcome in. We just found a crazy bug. So see, it didn't do it that time. It only did it. It did it when he was like mauling me for like a minute. So let's see if we can recreate that. Okay, I'm gonna dig in there right now and see if we can find that, because that was just unforgivable. That was a game-breaking bug. I couldn't walk. Yeah, let's see here. We want to. Okay, this looks. Wow, this is still working. Okay, so for some reason the screen cap just craps out after like 10 minutes, but it seems to be working okay. Let's see what happens when we get hit by a bat, so that we can make sure to flush it when we respawn, right? So there's like a bat, you know, I think it's in the play state or some crap. The play state maybe. We're looking for entity collision. What is it, man? Player to entity collision. See how we do this thing called getting hit and getting a DY of a spell knockback. That's what I think happened, is that we had a DY, a positive DY. So part of me, you know, once we're at a non-chasm game over, you know, when we do the thing and we go back to the play state, you know, we need like a safe respawn thing, but it's like we just need to make sure we're not true and we don't have a DX or DY. So just to flush that, and this would be, instead of this, well, we have it as the player. Okay, so I guess this is okay. I don't like the inconsistency, but it should work. And this is just getting flushed to 0. We are not hit and we are not dead. Yeah, dead gets false. It gets false. And then when we continue from a non-chasm game over, and we need to flush, we do need to flush this as well for a chasm death too. call it? Continue from a non-chasm detection. Game over. Continue game. Load last save. Right here. No longer dead, but also flush our DX DY just in case that didn't get. I've never seen that bug before, so I don't think we'll be able to get it working again, but let's just see. So, as far as I could tell, we just let him do this to us for like a minute, and then I tried to play and I couldn't walk, so let's just see. I don't think we're going to be able to recreate it, because one, we just typed code that hopefully fixes it. But also, I don't know, this doesn't scream polish, right? This doesn't... Yeah. You know what? What we'll do is we will we'll change any entity to flee state if the player's dead. So it'll just walk away. So it might be tricky because we have different entities with different states, with different state machine names, right? Like a bat flee state, gecko flee state. So we just need to make sure that when we do this thing, that we cycle through all the entities in the given scene and go to its flee state and trigger it, you know? So in the past, we did this by concatenating the word flee to the .type of the entity. So gecko, concatenate flee state. So as long as we kind of kept that organized, it shouldn't be that hard, and then we don't have this problem, which is a little... Yeah, you just don't want that. You don't want that. Let's see. All right, we're back. Okay, no weird moonwalk, so maybe we're okay. Let's do a quick commit, and then we'll see if we can't hunt down this last bug we want to do. We changed our global map, right, and our master sheet, and then yeah, Salsa, it really is crazy when I look at all the typing that it took. I ran some tests, and the code base is like close to 25,000 lines, I think, but 3,000 of those lines are libraries that I didn't write, and then like 2,000 of those lines are these tables that we export. So there's about 18,000 lines that I wrote for this game, I'm pretty sure. I mean, you know, obviously some is copy and pasted and stuff, but it is really wild. Yeah, let's just do this. We did two things in this commit, which I really should break it apart into two different things, but we'll call it added layered tree sprites, and we also, what was the last thing I just looked at? Oh, the DX reset player DX, or yeah, reset player velocity upon respawn, and hopefully that fixes that weird bug. So next, and let's take a look, because I said that this was going to be the flee state, so we'll look at the flee state. So let's take a look. What am I doing? Okay, pursue state name flee. Okay, see, look at this. We have a bat tac flee, right, or hyphen flee. And then we have a gecko hyphen flee. Okay, so what we need to do is when we die, when we trigger game over, we need to cycle through the current scenes .entities for any entity, basically. Yeah, because if it's gonna have, let me think, because things that are entities include just the player. And that's the player is an entity, but it's not in the .entities. Okay, so we should be okay to do upon a game over Let's do this. Game over. Let's do the non-chasm game over first. And if it's a game over, see, look at how we do this where we say, oh, this is upon start. Okay. So yeah, we don't want it here. We want it once game over gets true. In the scene. Oh. Okay, we have credits still turned on, which we gotta turn that off. Dead timer. Okay, so yeah, dead timer's right here. Dead timers, we've been dead for 2 seconds. We're gonna do this. Okay, so right here's where we're gonna do the entity reset. So we're gonna say entity flee. And we have, we need to cycle through we need to cycle through our scenes. So we go to our global scene and we say scene view dot current map dot entities. Is this right? Entities. I can't. Heck, man. Okay. Let's see if we do this in another place that is like a. I want to say we do it for Flea, for the bats. So the change state method needs to be run on the entity itself. But the dot entities, are they in the scene? I'm pretty sure they are in the scene. No, they should be in the map, actually. They should be in the map. I don't see where we have these guys. I want to say it's in the map. So let's see if in the play state we have it anywhere. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, this can't be right. Dude. I can't do it. I can't search any. Current map row. Okay. Okay. Yes. Like this. Okay. So this is what we want. So this is how we reset the entities. So we want to do something similar. So we're just doing a for loop through our entities. And then, and actually I'm going to do this as the table loop. So we're just going to do this and do for K, V in pairs, and then pairs not number operator, but what the can I just do? Okay, then we go here. What the okay, so oh, this is not right. This is not right. Here. Okay, for key value in pairs map of our current scene row, current scene or current map call dot entities do. Yeah, so we put this. Now we don't want to reset original position, but see how we are indexing the actual entity itself. Instead of, we could change all of this. And it's not that we want to reset original position, but we want to run the change state method. And we can't just say, ideally we would say just change to flee, but we named it with the entities in mind. And the cool thing is here, we should be able to delete all of this and use V instead. So instead of the entities at the ith, we say V : state change. And then for, do we have to initialize this or no? For key value? No, we don't have to. Do we have to? No. Do we? No? I don't know if we have to do that. Yeah, we don't have to do it. Okay, so we cycle through our entities when we've been dead for more than 2 seconds, And we can't just change the state on the entity because we have to change it to relative to its name. So there is a, if we look at the entity, like we have a gecko type, like when we change to the flea, we do a concatenate. Yeah, so bat, tag, flea. Okay, so it should be something like we take the dot type or whatever it is. We have to check our entity class, and there's like a dot type, I want to say. Yeah, type. Okay, so we define the type. Yeah, define the type as a bat. So it's bat, tag, flea, or gecko, tag, flea. So we're going to say if, or actually we're just going to say local, I don't know, local entity type is going to be equal to the v dot type. So we snag the type we are, and then we're going to change the state to a bat, tag, flea, right? So we say to string the entity type. It should be a string already, but just in case, we convert to a string, and then we concatenate to a tag, flea. So if it is a, you know, by the time we're about to be game over, we cycle through all of the entities in our current map. We snag the type of that entity, and we're going to say, we're going to run the change state method on the entity, and we're going to change state to a state equaling the string that is a stringified version of the type, concatenated, that's the dot dot, with tag, flea. So therefore, any entities, as long as they have a flea state, right? As long as they have a flea state, this shouldn't crash. Oops, what'd I do? So let's see, because we're looking for them to just like get off of our face when it's game over. We want them to just walk away or fly away if they're bats. You know, maybe, yeah, just because I like when the bats sit there and spit on you, but I don't think it's very polished to do that. So let's see. Okay, so I think what's happening is, well, one, we're not becoming uncorrupted. Well, we are becoming uncorrupted. Flea state has in it the corruptibility, I guess, but he's not even walking, so yeah. So flea state. Why would it? It must be that we have to. No. I was gonna say maybe we just made him corrupted when he shouldn't have been, but let's see the bats. Let's see if the bats do it. Cue me looking up at the clock. Still some render issue with Flamma 2. I do not know what that is. Doesn't look like anything else is affected by that except Flamma 2. Okay. It isn't as simple as Flea. And I think the reason is it gets called over and over and over again because our dead timer. So maybe if we're not already dead, maybe we can just do something like that, where we only change it once. We only dispatch the change once, and we say, well, if our global player dead right? If we're not dead, then let's go change to or not no. It's yeah. Because we don't. Ooh. Wait a second. Why is this? Oh no, yeah, this isn't the dead timer. Okay, so what's happening? Yeah. We're becoming game over. The dead timer is still over too, but since we changed to be and not already game over and not game over. Okay, and then we just put this before the game over. So this essentially once we've died for longer than 2 seconds on the very first frame, we're going to go through the entities. If it's not a game over yet, we're going to go ahead and change them to flee once and then become game over true so that we don't accidentally reassign their state every frame. And we'll see if that fixes the gecko. I don't get why flee was like hard-coded the gecko to be cleansed. Okay, that's close. That's close. He was moving. We just need to make sure he doesn't get cleansed, I think is the big one. Oh, I didn't even switch it so you guys could see. Sorry. It half worked. So what we want to do is say, well, we're going to change you to a flee, but then we're going to say... It's weird because... Let's test it for the bat, because we could have the corrupted gets false in the flee init, or we can just manually define it right before we switch to the state. So I don't exactly know which method would work best for us. Let's see what the bat does. Let's see. He just cleansed himself. It really is. It's part of the flee state, which we should not do. Yeah, it's not right. It's not right. So let's see. Maybe the move is... Why did I do that? Let's take a look at the flee state real quick. Of either gecko or bat. Let's see. Gecko, bat, flee state. Okay. So let's take a look at the gecko. Let's see if we have a thing called corrupted. We don't initialize anything special. We don't say we've defaulted to uncorrupt. So it must be right when we go to do the cleanse. Or yeah, what would it be? Because the flee state, if we're just why would the gecko become cleansed on a flee state? We change, oh shoot. We remake the new animations. Okay, this is bad. Because basically we had this. Yeah, because we're creating the corrupted gecko animations. So either, we can make a little flag. I mean, we can say, when we initialize this, maybe we say that this flee state is flee option or something, and the flee option is cleansed as an init. And basically when we go to assign these animations, we're going to ask which flee option is active for when we change into this flee state. So we're going to say, well, if the flee option is cleansed, then sure, go ahead, because this is how we had it normally, which is the orange gecko animation that we're doing there for the animations table. But if the flee option is equal to corrupted, then we've got to do an animation reassignment to pull from our gecko C animation, which stands for corrupted gecko. So a flee option passed in before the init. See, it's almost like we need to add it as a freaking parameter, optional param. Okay, so we're gonna add flee option, and flee option's gonna get flee option, or it wasn't corrupted, it was cleansed. Okay, so if we give it the param, then we're gonna assign the param, and then if not, default to cleansed, and if we're cleansed, we render the orange. If we passed in a param and the param was corrupted, unironically, then we assign the corrupted gecko to the animations. So let's see if we can do that. So we just need a flee state. See, and this is a flee state. How does the init? Oh, shoot. Changing it. This is bad. This is bad. I don't know of a way. When we go to change state, the params are only assigned in the map declarations before we load the whole game, and we don't know what the params are until we're in the scene with the entity. So we don't know how to set it there. So we kind of, we could still init these as default values. It is since it was an optional param, it's going to default to cleansed. But when we go to change the state, oh, you know what? Yeah, when we go to change the state, we'd have to manually change this flee option, and then that should work. Let's try it. Because we change the state to flee, which on the next frame is going to run the init for that state. But before that, this flee option is in the state machine of the entity, so we should be able to say current or no, it's in the state machine. Yeah, this should be a field on the entity itself, I think. Yeah, it should be a v.flee option. So instead of putting the flee option in the params for the where are we, man? Yeah, instead of doing it here, we're gonna instead just say, sure, go do this thing. Well, shit. Because we have to do... This init gets run when we change. So the init needs to run based on an entity's value. So yeah, we can say... It doesn't have this stuff. If we leave normal gecko, right? This is orange. If we do this, then what happens here is what's currently happening, which is when we go to flee, he turns orange, which he should not. He should still be corrupted, but he should just walk away or disappear, like kind of like fleeing. So by doing the init here for the animations, I'm not sure it leaves us much room to do a state machine change based on a field in the entity itself. And especially if this animation... No, this is okay because the init happens so early. The init happens really early. And then we never change to this. So let's default to the orange gecko. And then when we do, yeah, I guess it's tough because it has to cover both bats and geckos. And different scenarios, so it's like just a little tricky. I think what we want to do, so yeah, the init of the flee state is a default orange gecko, but we want to be able to change it to this one in a certain condition, right? And it's if it's a game over. If it's not a game over yet, and we have an entity. Oh man, I mean it's way more complicated than this too, because let's say there's 5 bats. By the time we're cycling through our entities, we're only going to be able to change one entity type to flee, because this is stuck in a not game over, which gets turned to true the instant we're dead longer than 2 seconds. So we have to set all the entities to flee only once. So, and you know what? You know what? This'll work because this isn't a loop. Yeah, this will work because we don't set game over until the loop is fully through. So this should work. So the only difference is that we need to reassign the animations field depending on the entity's flee option, which we don't have in the entity class just yet. But instead of, it'll be this v.flee option. And if it's cleansed, we're going to go ahead and run on the V, on the entity itself, go into its animations table and go ahead and create, this is one example. And we say, if the flee option is cleansed, go ahead and get that value, which we need to fix. Else if the flee option is equal to corrupted, then we want to give the purple sprite, and then this one has the normal sprite. So what's happening now is, we cycle through every entity right before we're about to game over. We're going to snag the type, we're going to change the state to the flee state of that type. Then we're going to check the entity's flee option, which we need to create. And if it's cleansed here, good here. So, and you know what? I think we can actually do this just based on the corruption status. We don't need to know the flee option. We just need to say, well, if we're corrupted, load the corrupted. If we're not, don't. So we should be able to say, if the instead of flee option, let's do flee option replaced with corrupted, Because if it's corrupted, if the corrupted, we don't need the equality because it's a bool. So we just say if corrupted, and we don't need the else if because it's a bool. If corrupted, and we did this backwards. Okay, if corrupted, be corrupted. If not, don't. Okay. Oh, this is just for geckos though. So yeah, we can't hard code this. We got to do the type. Hopefully we have the same naming convention. Let's see. We're hoping geckos work. Oh, here. Nice. Oh yeah, I like how he goes away. Oh, I kind of like that the freaking... Actually, I kind of like that the corruption kind of lingers there. But you know, it's a bug. But here, let's see. Does it work on multiple geckos? Yeah. Okay. So what we don't have is a gecko corrupted particle system rendering at its transparency level. So all we had to do is add that. Technically they'd be there updating and rendering, but that's okay. Let's see if bats work at all. Well, we kind of can't do that because we hard code the bat name, the gecko name actually. So let's see. We're looking for, oh lordy, we should have a bat C. If we did it right, if we did it consistent, let's check our entity defs for a bat C. We did bat C. So all we have to do, we pulled the type, so we just have to change to a string of the type concatenate C. Boom. Concatenate C. And we already have a entity type locally. So that should be a string. I'm gonna be that guy to cast it and to concatenate it with a C. And we will try it here as well. Just the type. So we say to string and we pass in the entity type, which should be a string. Okay, let's see if this still works for the geckos. Then all we got to do is add a transparency render to the corruption. I like doing it on these guys. I like that the corruption kind of lingers, but it should fade. It should fade. So let's just fix that, and then actually yeah, let's test the bats. Let's test the bats real quick actually. Yeah, I'm gonna see multiple bats just so we can make sure. There's technically 3 bats in this room. Oh shit! Oh, god damn it. We cleansed those bastards. It worked though. The state worked. It's just that the cleanse is hard coded to the fleet. Or something. So we're close. There's 2 things we need to fix. 2 things. Let's fix the gecko corruption transparency. Oh, you know what? We're gonna add. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a quick pee break. Okay, so we've got two little things to do. And the first thing is we're going to check where we're rendering our corrupted entity stuff, which at the moment... I don't know where it even is, because it's like... Gotta be in the entity class, right? Looking for the P systems, yeah. The P system. Yes, gecko. Okay, so here, instead of just rendering the P system, we have to match it to our opacity, which is whatever we called it. So we render a P system here. We don't set the color, and that's the issue. So this is where we need to put the issue. But also, if it's a bat... Wait. If it's a gecko, if type has particle system, oh, we just have a fucking... Oh, geckos don't have a particle system, or bats don't have a particle system, so this is okay. It's just that we need to set the color equal to what we set our color for the entity itself, which I'm not seeing the transparency. There's a thing we have for the gecko, maybe called transparency or gecko. Let's see, gecko flea state. We should have a alpha. It's just called a self alpha on the init. Oh, what the fuck? God damn it! Ah. Yeah, the alpha's only part of the flea state. I guess that's okay though. I guess it's okay. Yeah, I guess it's okay because we would have. Do we not have a dot alpha? Okay, we might just have to ask if our state name is flea or something. So what we have to do, where we put our here, where is it? Oh no. Oh no, where was it? Okay, here, when we go to render our entity, oh no. If our state name is flea. I mean, this is in the flea state, so we're good. We basically want to do a love.graphics set color and set color equal to the dot alpha of... See, but the thing is the dot alpha is a field that's in the state machine, so we'd have to be in the flea state. Oh, the dot alpha is here. No? No, not in the entity, it's in the state. Oh. So, entity, love.graphics, set color. I don't know if this will work. We do a set color to a self dot state machine, the entities dot state machine dot current or dot current. Yeah. Entities gecko dot alpha, and then we draw. Let's see, and this is only in the flea state, so it shouldn't screw up anything when we walk. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I get it. That was so bright. Fuck. What is the self-state machine? Should be dot current. It really should. Oh, but... Oh, yeah. Let's see. This isn't right. Oh man, dude, we're close. It's like I'm losing it, but we're right there. The hard thing is I can't index into a dot current of the state machine if it's on the entity, but only on the game state machine. Is that what I'm understanding? Let me check what we did. See this self.statemachine.alpha, this is the wrong part. So this in our reset original, in our entity class 379. So what, we can't ask if the self.entity, this is the entity, so self.statemachine.stateName, that's what it was, right? In the flee state. Flee state has a dot alpha and a state name, camel state, yeah, state name. The state name is equal to flee. Then we should have an alpha, and we set it to the entity's state machines. I want to say that is current.alpha, but that didn't work last time. Let's just see. Okay, it does not set the temperature. It does not set it. Oh, okay. So that doesn't work. It doesn't work, and this is in the entity. Set color to the alpha. Yeah, this should be only in the flee state. It's just that when we're in the flee state and we're updating, what the heck? Let's just, do we have the alpha here? Because that's what's hard, is that we're not rendering the, oh gosh, we're not rendering this the particle system for the corruption with the gecko in the flee state. It's rendered. Yeah, that's what's weird, is that we're deferring, or not even deferring, we're just doing the entity corruption here. Yeah, we don't want that there. Okay, it's tough because we're rendering. We only have access to the alpha to render if we're in the flee state, but we don't render the particle system here in the state machine. We render it in the play state. So let's just see if we can still be able to pull the dot alpha from the flee state, because it is a field on the state machine, so we should be able to pull it. The dot alpha from the gecko flee state. So let's see when we render the P systems, the corruption particles. Where do we render the particles? Right here in the entity class. If we're a gecko, we just go ahead and render the particle system, but we don't want to do that. We want to set the color to the alpha. So if the self dot, because basically we want to render it white unless the gecko's in the flee state. So if the self, which is the entity dot state machine dot state name, I want to say it's dot current dot state name, is equal to flee, then we want to set our color for our particle system to be the alpha, and if it is not flee, we want to set the color to pure white, and then we can render the P system. So all we do is the check. I'm hoping the current state name works in there, because basically when the gecko's not in flee, it should just say, okay, well, we're not flee, so white particle system. Then when we become flee, like, okay, we'll render it at the alpha of your entity, which is like where the gecko's transparency is coming from. We want it to match with the corruption. Let's see. Shit, man. Yeah, it doesn't like the current, right? 382. Doesn't like the current, I don't think. Oh, well it says, well, wait. It said this was nil, but we set an alpha. No, we don't. What the fuck? Okay, so this is only on the self.stateMachine.current alpha. There we go. That should be it. Let's see. Nice. They do speed up, and it's a little weird, but let's try it again with different geckos. This guy's really fast. Yeah, dude, I like it. I like it. And maybe... yeah, like when the bats spit on you when you're dead. So maybe we don't make bats flee, and instead they just sit there and spit on you, and we turn down the sound for that so it's a little less annoying. Because I like when they sit there and spit on you. So I like that the geckos will run away. I like the bats that spit. So let's just worry about that, and then we'll probably call it a night here. So we have the geckos fleeing correctly. Now when we do a flee state change, did we only do it on a non-chasm death? Yeah, because that's the only time entities are there. So let's do our non-chasm game over. Now instead of doing the change to flee, where do we do the flee concatenate? Right here, entity flee. So if, you know, we only want to change to flee if the type is not bat. So if if V type is equal to gecko, then we do want to flee. Only if type is gecko. change to whatever we're corrupted or not. Okay. Entity flee in the play state. Okay, let's see. Let's go to this one because it has more bats. Back. Back. Shit. Play state 729. You don't like that? Yeah, I like that the bats are rude like that. I want to turn down the spit sound just a little bit so it's not so annoying, but I like that they do that. I mean, it's technically, since I don't do any garbage collection on the spitballs, so technically we only add spitballs. So you just leave it running, and with spitballs on you, it'll probably crash in X amount of time. I don't know. Yeah, it didn't like this. It didn't like... It didn't like taking the entity type. What the if type gecko changed to flee... If not, game over. See, why? Oh, because of the dead timer. Okay, yeah. Okay, I forget that this is contained here. Let's see if it works with geckos. I don't know what's going on here. That works. That works. Let's try bats. Doesn't like it, man. Index and nil value at 729. Doesn't like it. So it's 729 for some reason, which is right here. It's trying to index a nil value, which is telling me that the entity defs doesn't have anything equal to a string of the entity type. How? Bat C, we take the entity type from the bat. If there's an entity type that doesn't have a .c in the animations entity defs, it would crash here. But I don't think we have any entities like that, because like when it's a type of gecko, then we continue and go and do this, and it works. So this is fine for geckos. It's just that once it's a bat, it's trying to do this thing. Now, does it mean, like, what did we take out? Because we didn't... If corrupted, here, let me just see. Because if we take out that, if we're corrupted, which we're going to change to corrupted, because if we were to change to flee, the bat's corruption state is tethered to whether or not, or to what its state name is. So we don't want to change to flee. Okay, so yeah, okay, so we're good. All we have to do is this. If it's a gecko. So if it's a gecko, we continue, then we say, okay, well then we're going to change this. If we're corrupted, then we're going to do this with our corrupted animation. Otherwise, this one. And if it's a bat, then we don't do anything because it's a type bat. We don't need to change to flee because we're not trying to. And we don't need to change the animations because we're not trying to. And then we just need to turn down the mixer on the SFX for the spit. So bat spit, when we do this bat spit, we just need to set a volume for a bat spit, which would be right here. And we just say SFX bat spit. We just turn down a bit, down to maybe 0.5 to C. We'll see if it's crazy. We should probably do some garbage collection for the spitballs, if I'm being honest. even if it's easy, right? Okay, nice. Yep, bats will stay there and spit on that thing. Okay, great. Half of me wants to just take a quick peek at the bat spit, the spitball. We've got a spitball. Add timer for spitball, bat spit. Okay, so we have a thing called a spitball. Okay. And we table.insert a spitball. Here, if the attack timer is greater than the attack speed, then we trigger an attack. And triggering an attack, it puts it into a .attacks field. So let's see what this .attacks field does. Does it update things? I don't know. It updates. We go for the update. We update a thing that's in there. And then if there is a .remove flag, we remove it. So do we do a .remove anywhere? Because maybe we did add something. Oh, remove true. Huh? If the lifespan's greater than 0, .remove. We get hurt and we take out the spitball. So we need a different thing that is like, I don't think I'm worried about this. Like, I don't know what Steam will do when they're playtesting, and if they're like, hey, look at when we get spit on, let's just make sure that, you know, and they leave it on getting spit on and then we crash. I don't know what they do when they test, so I don't know, but we have this thing called a lifespan for a spitball. And if the lifespan hits -0 and we're not already dead, we're going to become hurt by it. So we're not even detecting collision with spitball attacks. We're actually just counting a timer. So if a bat spits, you're going to get hit by the thing if you're still on screen by the time the lifespan expires. It's kind of weird, but also we don't need to check collision because if it's it's going to hit you, we programmed it to go to you. So it's kind of cheater like that, but I don't know. I mean, I guess what we could do is if there is more than 5 attacks, we just table.remove one of the attacks. And as long as we aren't adding more than 2 attacks in one frame, that will effectively garbage handle it, or I guess that's what you'd call it. It's not like, yeah. So we have this remove true, but we want to see if the scene views current map row, because we're looking in the attack table, right? So we're going to go to the map and we're going to go to the current map row and call, and then we say scene view. Scene view current map call, and then we say .attacks, and we want to say if the number of attacks and the number of items in the attacks table, if that is greater than 10, there's 10 spitballs on that thing, then we're gonna go or we're gonna say self remove on that thing. So basically the self remove, we're gonna remove if, actually I don't get what the .remove does. Nope. Not this. Spitball. Table.remove spitball. Do we have a spitball in the map somewhere? Attack updates here. In the map, we remove the attack right here. So if If we have attacks in the table, then we are going to update every attack in the scene. And if the remove flag is set, then we go ahead and table.remove it. So that's when we do the attack updates in the map. And we do it in the map because the entities are part of the map, not part of the scene like we are. So yes, we just want to table.remove if there are more than 10 attacks in that table. We shouldn't be able to see any effective change, but it would mean that once 10 bat spitballs are on you, anytime we get an 11, we just take it out as soon as the lifespan's up. We can test this real quick if we just print up the number of attacks and make sure it doesn't go over 10. So let's try that real quick. Yeah, we'll try it real quick. Should be easy. So in our play state, no? Okay, yeah. Right here, we're just gonna put attacks, because we want the number of attacks to make sure it doesn't keep getting higher and higher. So we're gonna put, yeah, we've got the number operator in there for the number of attacks, and let's see, it should max out at 10. Nice. Yeah, we max it out. Cool. Maybe a little bit quieter. Sorry, guys. Maybe a little quieter. It's a bit... yeah, a bit annoying. Okay, and enter should work on that too. I don't think enter worked on that. We may have didn't have window focus on it, but let's just set our bat spit sound to even lower. And I'm gonna see if enter works to go from the non-chasm death. It really is some deafening loogies. Okay. Okay. It doesn't sound much quieter, but we did it. It really doesn't sound much quieter, but we did it. Okay. Let's check the get diff real quick. What we did was, in our entity class, we set our alpha for our flea state for our gecko, but then where did we take that out of? We added an entity flea in the play state for a non-chasm death, and then we flushed the spit attacks, max them out at 10. And then, see, I thought we already had this. Oh, this is just for the particle system. So for the particle system, we just render it at the alpha. Yeah. We'll take out this line here at entity. Okay. No? Really? You know what? I had those in there at some point and I did not come back to them. I'll have to double check before I'm not going to do that right now, but let's commit. Let's get status and we will commit with a message saying that we did a couple of things. We do entity flee upon entity flees upon player death, or I guess just geckos do. Gecko flee upon player death, as well as attack limits, attack cap. What would we say? We say limit dot attacks to 10 items. All right. Well, as of, we got to do some further testing for the stuff we just added, make sure we didn't break other stuff. So we have to do a little bit more testing now for that. But as far as we know, we've got, we need to recreate the GitHub issue that Brett submitted, which was the tiles, the animatables not resetting upon a continue. So if I can recreate that, then it'll be good to try and fix. We tracked it down and it looked fixed already, so I don't think that's the case actually, but couldn't find it. So tomorrow, well, let's see. Because so I think I'm going to do some testing off stream probably tomorrow, but then I might hop on stream and build the Mac and Windows executables. Because if we can do that, we can make a new tagged release and release a 2.1, a v2.1 demo, so that we can send to other Discords for other indie game dev people, so that other people can get their eyes on it. Because you guys were like the first play testers, right? And then hopefully we got rid of all the super game breaky stuff. And then we can give it to a new batch of people. And you guys can help too, if you want, for the secondary batches and everything. But hopefully we get some good feedback from people that they don't get any game breaking stuff like we did earlier today. So like those little stuff that you just can't plan for. I don't know where the bugs are because they're hiding, but we're trying our best. We're doing good. Hopefully new computer comes in soon. I'll keep you guys updated on the Discord about the computer, because the batch that I ordered from is now shipping, so I'm hoping I'm towards the front of the list soon here. Let's find someone to raid and we will call it a night. Raid out, you know what, yeah, we got Bright. We'll raid out to Bright just because wasn't many devs working. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. If I'm not streaming tomorrow, keep an eye out on the Discord for the V2.1 release. But other than that, have a good night, y'all. Good raid train we got going on.